What's up, everybody? 24/7 Sports Director Scouting Adam Finkelstein. I'm here at OTE with five-star guard Meleek Thomas. Meleek, how are you liking this new setup here in Atlanta?
I would say I'm loving the new setup. Just a lot to get used to. I'm kind of adjusting fast, quick. It's different. It's different from my old school. I come in the morning and we got lift basketball, breakfast, a little grab and go snack before we even touch iPads or school. So it's just different.
Because you guys are doing like starting your schoolwork like midday, right? So you're getting a lot of basketball and athletic stuff in the morning here, right?
Yes, sir. A lot of it.
Now, what have been your favorite things to take advantage of here? Whether it's the court time, the specific resources you have here. What's been your favorite thing?
I would say just the level of competition that's around me to continue to push me to get better. The level of coaching that continue to hold me to the highest standard, and just the weight room. I love being in the weight room. I just see my body changing and things translating to the court.
Yeah, I was talking to one of your teammates yesterday, and I actually, it might have been Jasper, and same thing. He's like, I didn't like it at first when I first started the weight room, but then when you see your body start to change, it's like it becomes a little bit, it's like a snowball effect. You want to get in there more and more. Right. Before you came to OTE, you're home in Pittsburgh. Take me through that career and what you were able to accomplish.
So before I came to OTE, my Pittsburgh career / background was just, when I was younger, I played on the team Basketball Stars of America just to get involved, and my brother played, so just to get thrown out there, and I just felt the love of the game early. Came up, moved around, moved states. I moved to North Carolina for 2 years.
Okay.
When I was younger, that's probably something people don't know about.
No, I didn't know that.
2.5 years, was on a different basketball scene. Like, things were different from home. I was always comfortable home, but I was still young, still figuring everything out. Played for a team called the Pack. After that, I had a great season with them. That wasn't kind of too known. After that, I played on FCA Elite. We started getting more recognition, playing against top teams. I'm starting to see how really good I am against top competition. After FCA, went to New York Lightning May Hoops finale. We won it.
This is like 8th grade or so?
Yeah, this is around 8th grade. Went to FCA, transitioned from FCA to New Heights Lightning, which is now New Heights Lightning, New York Lightning at the time, and just, it was fun.
Yeah.
It's still fun. I had a great time, but to see them, that type of talent and competition young, it's like, this is what I really want to do when I get older.
Now, how about your high school career to date, playing, because you were back in Pittsburgh, right? So how did those first 3 years of high school go?
Those first 3 years of high school, I would say very eye-opening, very, very exciting. My first year, I didn't accomplish what I wanted to. So where I'm from in the Whitfield, it's called Sections, Whitfield Championship, and then the state championship. My first year, I didn't accomplish anything.
As a freshman?
As a freshman. So it's like, and I already have such a high standard to hold my name to. I had whatever rank I had, which doesn't matter to me, but it's still like, I got dreams and goals that I want to set and achieve. So after that, it was like, it's never happening again. My sophomore year, went into it, I averaged around 25. I know I filled up the stat board on assists and rebounds. Won sections, won Whitfield, won state. So
as a sophomore?
As a sophomore, yes, sir. So that felt great. Like I said, it was not happening again. I didn't want that feeling again. And then so my junior year, everybody was telling me, leave, you've done enough already. You're better than everybody. Like, I was just hearing so much.
Yeah, all the noise.
All the noise, you know how that goes. But to me, it was like, I'm 1-1. I played one, I lost one. I played one, and I won one of the whole season. So it was like, I got to do this again to really just solidify my name and make my mark on Pennsylvania. Yeah. So my junior year, did exactly that. I dropped in points by 3 points, but I went up in rebounds. I averaged 10 rebounds my junior year. Assist, I was around 4.3 to 5, something like that. So it was just like, all together, I felt better and I felt accomplished.
And you did it again?
Yes, sir.
So you got 2 state championships in your last 2 years. Did that make it easier for you to make the move here?
Yes, sir. I would say that definitely made it easier. Just because at that point, it was like, there's nothing else I need. Like, I can't win no more. I can't be looked at no higher as a player in Pennsylvania.
You mentioned something there that I want to ask you about. You talked about like all the accolades and all those early rankings, and I don't know who ranks players in 8th grade and 9th grade, but I know that some of you guys have to deal with that at a real early age. And it's one of the rankings are a funny thing. Like, everybody wants to be ranked, and as the person who does the rankings, I always feel like we're putting more of a burden on those young people than anything else. Because when you're a freshman, you're what, 14, 15 years old?
14.
Somebody tells you you're a top player in America, all of a sudden you think like, not you specifically, but anybody we do that to, thinks like the future is a foregone conclusion, like it's already earned. And when you've been doing this as long as I have, you see so many people who get that sense of early accomplishment, sometimes even early entitlement, and it poisons them.
Right.
You know, and they don't end up fulfilling their whole potential. So to me, the hardest thing to do in high school basketball is when you are one of the kids who's told how good you are real early on, to maintain that throughout all 4 years. Because what people don't understand, like, let's say you're top 10 as a freshman. By the time you're a junior, there's 20 more kids who have come on. You know, like 20 more kids who were maybe 5'8" when you were a freshman. Right. You know what I mean? So you have to be that much better just to maintain your spot. That's the part people don't understand. Tell me about the mindset of, because you've been a constant. You haven't. There's been no dip since you were an underclassman.
Right.
Tell me about the mindset of maintaining that throughout these years.
I would just say the mindset of maintaining that position and the place that I'm blessed to be in is just to not get complacent, and like you said, just know that when you were ranked early, it's 20, 30 more people coming after you. So if you wake up and just understand how much it takes to really make it without even getting there, like I understand how much it takes to make it to the next level, and I'm not even close to, and I'm not even in college yet. Like I'm still in high school doing it, and I just understand that people are chasing for my spot. When kids are texting me like, I really look up to you, that don't make me like I love it, but it make me think like I have to make it. Like there's so many people that already think so highly of me at a young age.
It's part of the burden.
Right.
Yeah.
It's part of the burden. So they think so highly of me at a young age. It's like you're expected to do it. And so I would just say it's a mentality thing. Like I just want it more than others. I feel like some people can be good without making it in the sport that they choose, but that will never sit right with me. Like it's something I feel I have to do.
Who are the people who tell you what you don't want to hear? So like you're ranked 10 or 11 instead of 1 or 2. Who are there's going to be some people like, oh, they're hating on you, they got to put some respect on your name. And then there's going to be other people who are like, maybe you got to do this, this, and this. You know, you lose a game, wherever it is. You have 30. They're going to be, most of the people will be like, you had 30, you got buckets, you did your thing. There's going to be some people be like, well, maybe you could have done this, this, and this. Who are the people who tell you what you don't want to hear?
I kind of say, like I hear from my mom a lot on what I don't want to hear, just because she sets me to such a high standard. Yeah. It's like, Mom, you ain't see me do that, but she's like, no, but you could be doing this. Like I'm seeing this, and that's the tippity top, and I'm seeing, so I say sometimes my mom, so we might clash at that, but when you look back at it, it's just like, she loves me. Yeah. So it's just. I steal this line because it was one of the best recruiting lines I ever heard. A coach said to a recruit, this is probably 20 years ago now, he said, the people who are telling you what you don't want to hear are the ones who really care about you. I want to ask you about your game because you have been in the spotlight since the beginning of high school, and I've seen your game evolve quite a bit. How would you describe the evolution of your game in the last couple of years? I would describe the evolution of my game in the last couple of years as just progression. Like, for me, I've seen myself skinny, little handle, short range shot to just everything stepping up in my opinion. And hopefully I'm putting the world on that notice also, but just my handle, just me really working my jumps, my second jump off the ground, me going for rebounds, me being a guard that rebounds, my passing really increasing. I worked on my passing in a few years, so my pass really increasing. I feel like I try to touch on every piece of my game so people could say I have little flaws. One of the things that I noticed this summer, and I want to ask you about, when you were younger, you would have moments where it was like spectacular. You know, you'd be crossing up people, step back, and 20-footer, crossing up people, crossing them again, step back in the other direction, and you would string them together. But I always felt, and just be honest, that you were like a little bit of a home run hitter. Like you were searching for the big play. You were trying to thread the needle too fine, if you will. This summer,
I saw, and it reflected in the stat sheet, like you said, you started to see like more assists, more rebounds. It was a more balanced floor game. It seemed like you started to find a rhythm of letting the game come to you and being more efficient in the process. Did that just come organically with maturity? Is that something you were cognizant of? Am I imagining that? Tell me about that.
No, like you said, because you said you seen this when I was younger, and I also seen this when I was younger. Like you look back on my clips or my highlights or however you want to put it, I'm doing all the fancy, the dining, like all the fancy.
Probably the same stuff that made all those younger kids, like made you trend on social media too. Because sometimes that's not the same thing. What's going to pan out long term and what gets you the likes and the follows isn't the same thing.
For sure. So when I was younger, I was doing all of that, and so like you said, just as I got older, it's like that's not what people's working on no more. That's not what I'm seeing at the next level. When I'm watching film and I'm doing on my favorite player, I'm not even seeing that no more unless you got one or two players doing this. So it's like you snapping into reality. It's like everything has to be more efficient. Like you said, the game has slowed down. Like you said, it's coming maturity. Just me getting older, just me realizing you can't always boogie how you want to now. Like things got to be simple. You gotta involve others more than people want to see this nowadays. So it's just the game's opening up to me as I get older.
And I always thought like being able to do that is a great thing if there's 5 seconds or less on the shot clock, because you know you can get your own shot. But I feel like now you're in a spot where even if you're not having a great shooting day, you're still able to impact the game. That's the progression that I noticed, especially at Peach Jam this year. I was like the different ways in which you were impacting the game beyond your shooting, and your shooting itself was just kind of the decision making with it. Last thing I want to ask you about, your floor game. Maybe not the last thing, we'll see. Your floor game. What are things, whether it's people like me, college coaches, what do people not have a full appreciation of in terms of how you can impact winning on the floor?
I feel people don't have a full appreciation of how much I talk. Like I'll be on the court, and sometimes I'll have to tell my coach, like, we really out here with 10 players, and like, cause when it comes to OTE, cause I know everybody, and I know everybody, so I'll have to tell my coach, like, it's really 10 of us out here, and there's one person talking, and it's me. Like, and I won't say that to my teammates, cause it's not the other 9 have to want to talk. You have to want to be a leader. You have to want to be heard. So it's just like I feel that's something I've molded into, and really that trait I've picked up and really stuck with it, and it's gonna keep going. It's just my leadership and me talking. I feel I try to help my teammates be in the right spots, because when they're in the right spot and I'm in the right spot, and they just feel comfortable. If you feel comfortable that you got to help defender, now you're more comfortable on ball as a defender. If you feel comfortable that you got gap help, then now you're gonna be more the more comfort you got as a teammate, it's gonna take you a long way. Your shot's gonna fall. You're gonna go to the basket more. So if you all on one page.
I like that. More vocal.
Sure.
I haven't noticed that. That's a good answer.
Sure.
Off the floor, tell me some things that people, obviously right now, there's a lot of college fan bases that are interested in you, but what do people not know about you off the floor, whether it's interests or hobbies or anything?
Something that people don't know about me off the floor, I'm very family oriented. Like, I love my family. That's all I ever had. So you'll probably always see me with my family. Yeah, that's probably the one thing. And I like to shop. Like, I like fashion.
Okay, cool.
I like clothes. I like going out and putting nice clothes on. Yeah.
So who's your favorite? You mentioned your favorite NBA player. It makes me think you're going to say SGA. Who's your favorite NBA player?
No, my favorite NBA player is LeBron.
LeBron. All right, good stuff. Meleek Thomas, everybody, has been a 5-star prospect for a long time, and only because he keeps getting better at every step along the way. Congrats, man. Thanks for doing this.
I appreciate you.